Hey there, my friends. There are two crucial things you need to know about this vacuum before you spend your money on it. I'm going to talk about those two things in just a second. But first, let's go over some of the features and what it's like to actually use this vacuum. I'm also going to answer the most common questions on Amazon around battery life and accessories that come with it. Now, there's some significant things about the actual vacuum mechanism that I want to make sure you know. First, let's go over the accessories so we can get that out of the way. So first off, obviously this is the vacuum body. I call it like the main brain, the motor, the battery, all of that sort of stuff. And like I said, there's a lot to go over on this, so I'm going to do that in a minute, but I just want to show you one of the accessories is included on this part, which is the detachable battery. This is so important. So many of these stick battery operated vacuums come with a built-in battery. And the problem with that is the battery is probably one of the first things to go. And if it does, you have to replace the whole vacuum. This vacuum, you can buy an extra battery or you can replace the battery if needed. Having an extra battery is huge because if you've got a larger job, you need to vacuum for a while, you can have a backup so it's charged up and ready to go as soon as your first one dies, and then you can throw this one on the charger. While we're talking about charging the battery, this is the battery charger that comes with it right here. It's just your standard barrel-sized battery charger. You see that right there, and it plugs into the back side of this battery just like that. Now, if this battery is completely dead, it does take about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes to charge it fully, and you should be able to get, depending on the mode that you're vacuuming in, which I'm going to show you the different modes in just a second, but depending on the mode you're vacuuming in, you could get anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes of vacuum time, which is nice, but you could also see how you might want an extra battery just in case so that you can continue vacuuming if you need to do more than that. So I'm going to throw this battery back on here and we'll get back to this part of the vacuum in just a second. The other accessories that it comes with is an extendable stick right here. This is your main channel hose. When it comes packaged, it's this short. It is extendable just by pushing this button right here. And you can see these little channel locks right here. What that does is that allows you to choose different sizes of this stick vacuum. So for me, for example, my 12-year-old son, his chore around the house is to do the floors, and he can shorten this vacuum up and it's his size to vacuum with, and it's a little bit easier. I think that's cool. I think that's nice. Mostly it's for packability, but I think it's cool that you can choose different sizes. So that fully extended is what's going to make it a full-size stick cordless vacuum. It has these simple clips on it. The hose does have electronics that run through that, and I'm going to show you why in just a second, but not all of the accessories use the electricity. That's another thing that affects battery life on this, is if you are using the powered floor attachment, it's going to use a little bit more battery than if you're using one of these attachments. And these are two of the accessory attachments that come with it. You've got your standard crack, about said crack stick, but your standard crack vacuum hose right here, or accessory. And then you have your flat surface accessory as well. It has some cutaways for airflow, and then it has a retractable brush. So if you want to use it as a brush to get things out of the corner, that kind of stuff, you can use it. But if you're vacuuming a flat surface, you're going to want to pull that brush back. It's not going to suction to the surface, and it's going to pick up plenty of things. It also comes with an additional HEPA filter. There are some very specific things you need to know about this HEPA filter. I'm going to talk about those when we dive into the actual vacuum and battery part of the vacuum. But just know that it comes with an extra one, and that's important. It also comes with a hanger. This is something you can mount to the wall just with those screw holes right there. And if you want to, wherever you store this vacuum, and then the vacuum just simply hangs on it just like that and gets it up out of the way. That's one of the things I love about these types of vacuums. Simple to store, use very little space, and oftentimes they have these hangers. This one does. So you can hang that on the wall, in the closet, or whatever you're gonna keep your vacuum. The last accessory that I want to talk about, which actually feels more like part of a main part of the vacuum, which is your floor your floor attachment right here. One of the big questions on Amazon is, does it work on multiple types of floor? Hard flooring or carpeted flooring? Yes, it absolutely works on both of them very efficiently. Whether you're going from carpet to hardwood floor or back and forth, I know that's the case in my house and in most houses, and this does a fantastic job. It has full articulation here on the back. It also has a stand-up feature right there. It clicks in. This is so important. If you've used these stick vacuums before, even some of the bigger brands, they can't stand up on their own. It's so annoying. So if I have to take a break while I'm vacuuming, I have to find a corner to lean it up into or something like that. And even then it can slip out and fall. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. This vacuum, you can lock it into place. It'll stand up on its own and it's beautiful. The electronics connect right here. That's because this is an electronically powered brush. And you also obviously have your roller wheels back here. These are rubber. They have a rubber coating on them, so they're going to protect any hardwood flooring or any of that kind of stuff. I'll show you this in just a second actually working, but you also have some LED headlights right here. They're bright, they illuminate everything that's in the way, and that's really nice as well. Now cleaning this, you know these brushes right here can get really gross and dirty. They can get hair wrapped around them, all of that sort of stuff. This vacuum makes it really easy to take care of that. All you have to do is just push this center button right here. The little knob pops out and then you can pull the whole brush out just like that. You can clean it, you can dust it. You can take this, this cutter right here that comes with the vacuum, which is super nice. Has a little blade in there right there, and it has these tracks inside of it right there. And all you have to do is once hair gets wrapped around this, you just put this little thing in that track, go across it, and it cuts all the hair off. Just take that hair off, throw it away, and now your brush is back in good shape. Because when it's coated in dirt, hair, all of that sort of stuff, it is not going to pick up the way that it's meant to. So in order to reinstall it, you just pop it back in. It's so simple to just line everything up, pop it back in, and then you just push this piece back into place. Oh, you gotta make sure this is lined up. Line up that end, and then pop it back into place, and everything's locked in and it's ready to go. I just want to show you really quickly how all the accessories lock into place. So you have these male to female pieces right here. So you've got female to male, and all you have to do is just line those up. Just pop it right into place, and it's super sturdy. A lot of times on these vacuums, this is a weak point so that when you're out there vacuuming, that bends and moves and all that sort of stuff. This is super sturdy, so I can appreciate that. All right, let's move on to the actual vacuum part. Emptying, maintaining, all of that sort of stuff happens mostly right here. Now, everyday use, in order to empty this vacuum, and one of the things that I also love about this vacuum is that the dust collector or the garbage collector on this vacuum is huge compared to other stick vacuums that I've tested and used before, which I really love all of the space. That means I have to empty this less. And it's going to be a little bit easier to empty because I can get my hand in there and all that sort of stuff. So I love that they put a much larger container on this. In order to empty it, you just have this switch this button right here. You want to make sure you're over a garbage can whenever you do this, and you just push that button. The door opens up and everything falls out. Now, it doesn't always cleanly fall out, so that's why I love how there's so much room in this that I can get my hand up in there, grab things if they're still stuck and get them into the garbage can, and then just close that up and you're ready to go again. Now, let's talk about further maintenance. This is something that I would do every probably 3 or 4 times that I use this vacuum, which is actually cleaning out the entire canister. So you have this release button right here. You just simply push that. The whole canister pops up, separates from the motor, and now I can do maintenance on this. A lot of times, just so you know, a lot of times if it's not working great, the problem is right here in this little rubber door. Let's see if I can get it in light. This little rubber door, if anything gets behind it and pushes it forward, it won't open and allow airflow. So this is the first place you want to look and maintain and clean. So in order to clean all this out and maintain it, all you have to do is you remove the filter from the top of the vacuum just by pulling up. And you can see that's the canister separates from this piece right here. Also, the rubber flap door comes with it. That's what's nice, because then I can get really deep into this area as well. Has a handle that you can hold on to if you just want to hit it against the garbage can, shake it off. This is your primary filter. It's like a little mesh filter right here. This is what catches all the larger stuff like hair, dust, all of that sort of stuff. Is going to keep it in the canister. Your secondary filter, or your HEPA filter, is what goes inside the primary filter. So obviously all of this is really essential to be able to disassemble and clean out every couple of times. I already mentioned it comes with an additional HEPA filter. You can clean this primary filter with water if you need to. Just make sure it dries completely before you put it back in the vacuum. This one you cannot clean with water. It will ruin it. So what you want to do is just shake it off, hit it against the side of the garbage can. And a lot of times I'll actually get another vacuum. I have like a small car vacuum, and I'll just vacuum it off before I put it back into the vacuum and keep using it. In order to reinstall it, I just line up the tabs, give it a little twist, and it's installed. Now, one thing that's tripped me up, and it's not, oh, no, wrong piece. One thing that has tripped me up with this vacuum is you see this notch in the canister right there and the notch in the filter. It is easy to put the filter in just like this and not get that notch lined up, but think that you have the filter back in, but you can see it sits above the canister. Unless you line up that notch, let me show you. Unless you line up that notch just like that, the filter will not fully sit into the canister. So now you can see it's fully into the canister. So if you're trying to put it back on the vacuum or back on the motor, and it's not going, it's probably because you don't have that filter seated in perfectly. Now all I have to do is just line up these pieces and pop it back into place. All right, let's talk about operation. You have a simple trigger operation, and you don't have to hold the trigger the whole time. That's another big thing for me, because I've had vacuums like this where it only runs when you hold the trigger down. And to me, it's more to take care of. It's fatigue in the hand. My hand has to be in a specific position, all of that sort of stuff. Now I'm gonna turn the vacuum on, so it might be hard to hear me, but I'll try to talk through some of this stuff because there's stuff I wanna show you while it's on. So I'm gonna pull the trigger to turn it on. It starts up. I have the LED right here. It gives me the battery percentage right there. Now, if I push this button, I change the level of vacuum. And I'm sure you can hear the difference. There's 3 levels. So when I talk about battery life, this is one of the things that I'm considering is, 1, are you attached to the electric driven floor attachment? That's gonna affect battery. And 2, which level are you vacuuming on? If you always vacuum on the highest level, obviously battery life is gonna be a little bit less. But if you're going over a hardwood floor that's just crumbs, say in the kitchen, you don't necessarily need to be on that highest level, and you can preserve battery, and you can make your cleaning session go a little bit longer than it would otherwise. So my friends, there's so much to this vacuum. I think it's great. The highlights for me is the replaceable battery, the large canister, and all the accessories that come with it, and the multi-level vacuuming to preserve battery. So I hope this video has been helpful in deciding whether or not this is the right vacuum for you. Thank you so much for watching. Peace, everybody.